Hello, everyone. Welcome to our iDegree workshop today, Ambassadors Secrets to Success. We are super excited to have you here today. We are going to, I guess we're running just a moment late, but we're going to give everybody a minute or two to join today before we start our introductions and get started. While you're joining us slowly, though, throw in the chat where you're from. Let us know where you're joining us from. Hopefully, we've got some people from all over the world, which is always exciting to see, and good representation of what our programs are like. You can throw that in the chat. Let me make sure the chat is enabled for everyone. That should do it. Hope everybody can see that. One other thing while we're waiting, just to give people a couple extra minutes, I just wanted to share, we just launched our new website. So hopefully everybody has stumbled upon that before. Am I showing the correct screen, Amy? Perfect. Now I just stopped. There we go. And I just wanted to point out this new website and our events page. So if you are interested in attending any other upcoming events, we have a great events page. Here's our webinar that we're hosting tonight. But if you kind of scroll down, we have a brand new webinar actually, or workshop, I guess, coming up that's a guide to the application. It's actually going to walk you through every step of the application. If you're kind of unfamiliar or have questions, that would be a great one for you. And then we have just kind of more of a general office hours coming up on the 4th before a deadline, and then a great workshop on networking. And we're going to have a couple students talk about how they network in the program. So if you continue to scroll, there's other webinars there, but our events page is a great place to check out anything new that's coming. So it looks like we have a good group, so we're going to slowly get started here. My name is Kate Deering. I am a coordinator within Gies Online programs, and so welcome. I work in the recruitment and admissions space, and excited to have all of you here to learn about our programs and credentials that we offer. I have a few guests here today, and we are going to do a little bit more in-depth introductions here in a minute. But Amy Simpson is my colleague. She is also a coordinator within Gies Online. She is going to be handling the chat and the Q&A today. So we will answer any questions that you have there. I do encourage you to actually put your questions into the Q&A feature. That way everybody can see the questions. We won't have as many repeat questions, and it's just a little bit easier to navigate. And just kind of save the chat for some supportive comments or any I guess, interesting comments that you want to make for the chat. And I also encourage you to ask any questions that you have along the way for our 3 fabulous ambassadors that we have here today, our current students, Brittany Lippert, Karina Baez, and Yan Liu. We are going to get in depth with them here in a minute, but I also wanted to point out this QR code on your screen. If you'd like to connect with us or somebody from our team sooner than later, you can go ahead and scan that with your camera, and we will reach out to you in a day or two. So just to give you an idea of what we're going to go over today, here's the agenda. We are going to talk about the Gies stackable design and talk about our Gies Online credentials. We're going to go through all of the many credentials that we offer. And then we're also going to hear from our ambassadors. We're really lucky to have 3 of our current students here to share their experience. And they are actually going to present a little bit more about their backgrounds. They're going to share one aspect of the program from their viewpoint. And then they're also going to touch on the return on investment that they have seen in their jobs and their lives so far. So if you have any specific questions for them, throw those in the Q&A as well, and we will go ahead and pause sometimes to have them answer some of those questions as we move through the presentation. So before we hear from our students, I did want to give you just a brief overview of Gies Business Online and explore what being part of Gies Online means as far as your work-life balance, your you and how you're going to expand your learning options, as well as why you should choose Gies Online to help you reach your goals. And to start, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Gies Business Online in general as a whole, and the reasons why you might want to choose our program to, again, expand your learning. It's made up of three main qualities. The first one being that Gies Business is very flexible. We are 100% online for all of your credentials that we offer, for all the credentials that we offer, and this means no travel requirements in addition to your already busy schedule. It also means easy access to group projects and also to those live sessions that we will hold for every course that we offer. We're also really flexible in giving you the power to design your degree plan. There's not a real specific, kind of path that you have to follow. Yes, there's a couple courses to take in a particular order, but you're really in charge of what courses that you choose as far as your focus areas and your elective paths, and you are going to design your degree plan. You don't have to do that alone. We do have a full student academic support team that will help you with that plan, but it's your plan. So you also get to determine the pace at which you move through these 8-week sessions or terms in your program. You can take one course or two depending on your schedule, and you can alter that choice throughout your time in your degree. And also the timing of that with taking one or two courses, that's going to determine obviously how long you're gonna complete the program. So that's entirely up to you as well. And then one last thing that's really flexible is how we bill our tuition. We have a pay-as-you-go model, so you are only going to pay for the course that you're registered for at that time. There's no lump sum payment. The second quality of Gies Business Online that we really love to highlight is the stackability of our credentials. Our credentials, they stack and they work together. And so wherever you are in your learner journey, we have an option for you. We're going to touch on all those options here in a minute, but there are MOOCs, which are on the Coursera platform, which are single courses for upskilling. And those stack into our 4-credit courses at Illinois within Gies Online. Those actually combine the Coursera component as well as add in a high engagement component with the live sessions and the group projects and so on. We're going to talk about that in a bit as well. And then we offer graduate certificates, which are 3 course sequences where you can master a specific topic. These are also now stackable into all 3 of our online master's degrees as well. So there's a lot of options, and I think that this unique stackability really offers you, first of all, an option to test drive a course if you're not quite sure if this is all, the right path for you, and then you can build from there and until you're ready to really decide to go for that full master's degree. Lastly, online by design means that this program was not adapted to be in this format. It was designed to be offered for learners all over the world and thousands of learners. We created this highly engaging content that you can access anywhere at any time without giving up any of your career or your family commitments or extracurricular activities. Gies has also taken the mission of UIUC to heart, offering high quality education at a very affordable price that is also accessible to all learners, including our global learners. So this slide talks a little bit and is a great visual for the stackable build that we have here at Gies Online. And as you can see, there's lots of different building blocks. That first one are our free MOOCs that are offered on that Coursera platform. The second box or cube is our non-degree single 4-credit course that you can take that stacks 2 of those MOOCs together along with a high engagement component. And then we have the graduate certificates, which are 3 of our 4-credit hour courses combined. And then that last kind of taller cube is the 3 online master's degrees that we offer, which all of these complement any existing credentials that you have. They all offer options to develop new and targeted knowledge, and these all allow you to work on your own pace, which is really great. And then lastly, the reason the stackability has worked so well, I think, is that it's outcome driven. So by that, I mean, you'll see a career impact with each stackable step. So for instance, you could learn a new skill set in one of the MOOCs and perhaps take on a new task or something like that in your current position. Maybe you complete a graduate certificate where you're able to lead a division on a path to interpret some data differently based on the business analytics or data analytics that you've learned. And then lastly, maybe you've taken a full graduate certificate and you stack that into your master's degree and earn your MBA. And now you're actually have the formal training to start a business on your own. So many options, and you can impact your career with any of these different credentials. So I did want to touch a little bit on what makes up our Gies courses. And the first option that we talked about earlier was the Coursera MOOCs. These are massive online open courses. That's what that stands for. They're non-credit bearing, asynchronous work, and you're going to do these on your own time. So these are going to offer specific career aligned training like foundations in everyday leadership or developing a winning marketing strategy. You can then earn a digital certificate for these that you can share on social platforms. You'll enroll through the Coursera platform for these, and you can audit these for free or pay a small fee to earn that certificate. The Coursera MOOCs are structured in that they're made up of pre-recorded videos from our professors. There's some self-assessed quizzes, and then there's some assignments and peer evaluations, some reading assignments. We're going to talk about this from the viewpoint of our students, so they're going to explain this a little bit better. But this is just, kind of one of the building blocks or credentials that we offer. The next one is a Gies non-degree course, which you can take. This is going to combine two of those MOOCs that we just talked about, and then it's going to add in a high engagement component where you're going to engage with your faculty and your classmates every week. And these have a simple application process with a requirement of a bachelor's degree, and the tuition is noted in that last bullet point. Next, we have the graduate certificates. So we talked about taking a Coursera MOOC, and then we talked about taking a non-degree course, which is going to have two of those MOOCs included in that 4 credit hour course. Now, if you stack 3 of those 4 credit hour courses together, you can earn a graduate certificate. So these are IMBA, IMSA, and IMSM courses that you'll earn credit from the University of Illinois and a recognized certificate. They also all stack into our iDegree master's degrees. Currently, we offer 5 of these, and we just launched 2 new ones, Accounting Foundations, as well as CPA Pathways, for those that are interested in accounting. And these just have a brief application process where you'll need an unofficial bachelor's transcripts. You will have a resume requirement, as well as a brief personal statement, 500 words or less, and then also a English language proficiency if you are an international student. Okay, the Gies iDegrees. So this is our last kind of stackable step, the IMBA, the IMSA, and the IMSM degrees. And I just wanted to give you a brief overview of these 3 degrees, and then we're going to hear from our ambassadors. We have 2 from the IMBA program and 1 from the IMSA program. The IMBA is going to provide you with the core business mastery and prepare you for future forward leadership in fields including globalization, innovation, and also just more of the digital future. The IMBA comes in at $23K, and that is going to include all tuition and fees. Each credit hour in the MBA is $320, which makes each course around $1,280. As I said earlier, we do have a pay-as-you-go model, so you only pay for the course that you're registered for. And I just wanted to point out that this affordability is not going to sacrifice the quality. You're learning from top faculty at the University of Illinois. In fact, at one of our recent professional talks we heard from our Dean, Jeff Brown, and he recently was talking about the relationship between cost and the quality of a Gies IMBA degree. And he talked about offering that we offer a Tesla for the price of a Kia. So we know that you're getting just a great deal. And that's what we like to make this excellent education accessible to everybody. You have 2 to 3 years to complete the MBA, and we also have a maximum from the graduate college of 5 years. So if you do need to take a little extra time, we're very flexible there. You can take an 8-week term off even and just work with your advisors, and they'll be able to help you with that. We have 5 start dates: August, October, January, March, and a recently added May start date in the summer. So that's exciting. And just a couple bullet points here on the bottom. It's 72 total credit hours. You'll complete 6 specializations with us for that degree. And you also have a responsibility to, or a requirement to, complete 3 capstone projects. 2 of those are going to be on your 2 of the 6 specializations that you complete. And then you'll have a 1-month capstone project right before you graduate. So the next degree is the Master's of Science in Management. The MSM is made up of lots of different learner types. We have some non-business backgrounds looking to develop leadership and management skills. We have those with maybe 10 years of technical experience that really want to pivot and start managing people. So we have a lot of different backgrounds in this degree. It comes in at just over 11K, and you can complete this degree in 1 to 2 years, which is really great. If you take 2 courses at a time, you can be done in 1 year. This also has 5 start dates. It's 36 credit hours. That's going to be made up of 6 required courses and then 3 electives. So you have a choice there, and you can really choose some great options that are, pertinent to your specific field. And then one last thing I did want to just say again is that the MSM is now stackable into our MBA. And so you can apply to the MSM, and there's no work experience requirement to apply to the MSM. And then once you graduate and you gain a little bit of work experience, hopefully, and you decide at a later date that you want to pursue the MBA, you would apply to the MBA, and you would be able to, if admitted, use all those 36 credit hours toward your MBA. So you would be halfway. So just another great stackability option. Okay, last degree, Master's of Science in Accountancy. And this degree is great for our accounting folks. It's going to build expertise in the fundamentals of accounting. Jan is going to be able to talk a little bit more about this, but financial reporting, audit and control, and also U.S. federal taxation will be included. And as far as the types of students that are in the IMSA program, we have a lot of mid-level professionals looking to move into that C-suite, but then we also have a lot of people that are career changers and are just kind of getting their start and transitioning into a new career in accounting. And just a few statistics up here, the 20 to 28K will be your total tuition. That is going to be a range because you do have to choose at least one non-accounting elective while you're in your degree. And so the accounting courses are $850 per credit hour, and your non-accounting courses are going to run $320 per credit hour. So depending on your elective choices, that's why there's a range of your tuition. This will take anywhere from 18 to 36 months. Again, that's your path, your plan. You can decide how fast you want to finish. We do have 3 start dates for the MSA, January, August, and a new start date in May. However, just keep in mind that if you do apply to start in May, you're probably going to have to start with a non-accounting elective at that time. This is made up of 32 credit hours, which is 5 core courses as well as 3 elective courses. We do have a data analytics concentration, or you can also just choose your own 3 electives. Okay, so that is just a real brief, obviously quick overview of our degrees. I really want to get to the students now, and they are going to explain in their words a couple other aspects like networking, and return on investment, flexibility, actual course structures and experience. And they're going to touch on a little bit more in-depth information there. So I did want to have Brittany Lippert, you're going to go first, if you don't mind starting off. And I'm really excited to have all of you here. So Brittany, I'm going to turn it over to you for a few slides.
Awesome. Thank you. So hi, everyone. I am Brittany Lippert, and I received my Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Business, as well as I minored in Marketing Communications from Columbia College, Chicago. And I've been working in the retail industry for a little bit over 10 years now. And I've worked at Neiman Marcus, Lord & Taylor, Sears Holdings in their Kmart division. And I really focused in on retail customer experience, client development, and buying and planning. I'm currently in the IMBA program, and my focus areas are in digital marketing and global challenges in business. And the reason why I applied to the Gies program is really because I like empowering others and helping different graduate students and even students in general. And my long-term goal is to really gain more skills to be a better leader and to learn more of that global business perspective to become a vice president and even in the C-suite one day. And the overall experience that I kind of gained from the program has been really rewarding and fulfilling. I've met a lot of great people within the program, and there's top faculty. So it's been great so far. So to start off with networking, for different students, to start off, we have Workplace. So this is for admitted students into the iDegree program. And Workplace is a little bit similar to Facebook almost, where our students who are newly admitted and even alumni can come and engage and connect with each other, talk to each other. There's different groups within that Workplace, like career networking and women in business. And if you have different interests, there's like a book club. So it's really fun and engaging. We also have our IGBA, which is our iDegree Graduate Business Association, where that's almost like a student council, where what you can do is really kind of be the liaison between the students as well as the administration and host different activities and experiences, which is really fun. We have great breakout sessions and study groups, which we'll talk a little bit more about in the upcoming slides. But it's a really great way to meet different peers within the program and really network with people in different industries. We also have iConverge and Winter Takeover. iConverge is one of my favorite student experiences, which I'll talk a little bit about in the next slide. And city meetups. So this is really great too. You know, I live in the Chicago area, and every month or so we get to have a great meetup, and everybody in the program has the opportunity to meet each other in person, let's say at a restaurant or a coffee shop. And this is held, you know, with domestically or internationally even. So it's a great opportunity to meet people within your city or within your state. And for faculty, we have great live sessions that are very, very engaging. We also have great office hours where you can meet the professors and have more one-on-one time and meet others in your class if you have different questions or want to learn more about the professor or, you know, their research or their concepts and frameworks. And there's also great student networking events where the faculty attends, which is really great. You know, if they live in the Chicago area, let's say, sometimes they go and they meet up with all the different students. And then there's also mock live sessions with faculty. So when I was a prospective student, I attended a mock live lecture just to kind of see what it was like. So I highly encourage all of you out there to do that once it's available. And for iConverge, this is my favorite experience so far in the Gies program. So every September, all of us in the iDegree program have the ability to go in September for a couple days to campus at the University of Illinois down in Urbana-Champaign and meet with faculty and peers. And this is a great networking opportunity to really meet everybody who you had class with, breakout sessions with. You get to meet faculty, you get to meet alumni. We actually had Larry Gies speak at this last iConverge, so that was really a memorable experience, just hearing him talk about entrepreneurship and being a leader, and really talking about his purpose was just so memorable and a really, really great experience. I got to meet some people in my breakout sessions and my classes. I have never been to a football game before, so I definitely lived out that dream. You could kind of see here, and met some great people. You could tour campus and have dinner with each other. So it was a really great time. And for the return on investment, it's definitely ongoing. It has been life-changing for me. And after a short few months in the program, I definitely apply different actions and concepts day to day. I've received a couple job opportunities and definitely had a lot of friends along the way, and great networking opportunities as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Brittany. If anybody has any questions about just some of the topics that Brittany was talking about, we're going to have time at the end to answer all of those questions. And I'm also happy to stop them if you have questions as they're going along. So, okay, our next student ambassador, Jan, is going to talk a little bit more about flexibility, the time commitment, how is a course structured. She's going to cover a little bit about that. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Jan.
Thank you. So maybe we move on to the next slide. Yeah, thank you. So my background is Bachelor of Arts, and so I'm currently as a consultant, as a finance technology consultant. The reason why I'm applying for the program is currently I'm a finance lead, and those accounting and finance knowledge play a very critical role in my current daily work. So for example, I talk to all the levels of the organization, from the staff level all the way up to the C-level, about all the areas about finance. So for example, like GL, AR, AP, asset consolidation, and FP&A, and so on and so forth. So to have those knowledge is critical for me to have efficient and effective communication with corresponding stakeholders. So I am, as a program, provide a great platform to bridge this gap, because I'm technology consultant. So I don't need those financial knowledge and a background to facilitate those conversations. So by joining IMC program will help me to have a very good, smooth, and communication with the stakeholders, and also is kind of convincing the client and win the trust from the client very in a short period of time. So the overall experience in the program is that I can immediately implement what I have learned from the program into my daily professional work. I will talk about a little bit later in the ROI section. So and from the program perspective, I have a fantastic experience with the program with professors, and then we offer the office hour communication with the professor is really like great experience, including our live session. This part I will further discuss in our next slide. Yeah, in terms of the flexibilities, that's because in my current job, yes, I have travelings, and I used to travel a lot. It just because of COVID, and then the traveling has reduced, but now I resume the traveling. So it's quite busy to be a leading position, and so I used when I'm travel on the flight or normally on the on the flight and the taxi, I just open up the Coursera and then I can just learn from there. It's very, very convenient. And we don't have to, let's say, I need to sit in front of a desk and then I start learning. It's not necessary to do that. And also, let's say today I'm busy, and then okay, I'll skip the learning. I can resume the learning tomorrow whenever I'm available. So that is like a flexibility that the program provided. From time commitment perspective, is varies course to course, because in the IMA program we have financial accounting, management accounting, audits, financial like commercial law, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of different courses. For me, I do have some knowledge before I joined the program. So for some of the courses, it's very easy to grasp those knowledge, and I don't need like an ocean of time to complete the homework and so on and so forth. But for some of the courses are pretty new for me, so I essentially devote my weekend and sometimes also like at night. So for the learning.
Hey, Jan, how many hours would you say on average per week do you spend, like if you're taking one course at a time?
One course. No, that's what I'm doing actually, one course at a time. So it's it depends on the course. So for example, like auditing, I devote all my weekend, and at night I need to stay late. Like if let's say weekend I learn 10 hours per day, and then will be around probably 30 hours for the certain course. And for example, like if let's say financial accounting, I do have some background before, so it will be not entire weekend. I can have a certain time off. Maybe the Sunday I only devote Saturday over there. Plus maybe like Saturday morning, plus Sunday morning, and that should be sufficient. Like less than 20 hours for sure, or
Okay.
maybe like less than 20 hours maximum for some course I'm very familiar with. Because there's some readings, and then we need to read through those material to make sure we understand, not just to join the exam for the sake of passing exam. We want to learn the knowledge that we can apply the knowledge to our daily life. Kathy,
Okay.
I hope I answered the question.
Perfect. Let's hear about the course structure.
Sure. From course structure perspective, like Kathy mentioned in the beginning, that we have a Coursera, we have a high engagement. The Coursera part is actually our MOOC. So this is provide the foundation for the course. It's a basic knowledge for the course, and also introduce some concept along with some practice. Each module will have a quiz at the end to test our learning progress, to see if we really master knowledge, or we just we think we do, but when we apply the knowledge into practice, we realize, oh, we didn't understand actually, or we may miss something like that. So that is the Coursera part. When we pass the quiz, and then there's a multiple way we can do the quiz, and I can do solution 1, I can do solution 2, but at the end, when we pass the quiz, at least we master those basic knowledge about those specific module or units. So Coursera is only part of the course structure, and also we have a high engagement part. So from high engagement part, this is managed in the Canvas. That's another platform for us to complete the homework and weekly tasks and so on and so forth. We also have some required readings and optional reading provided in the Canvas. And every week, it depends on the course, we have a live session. It could be Monday, it could be some other days, but every week for the live session, we have 2 live sessions. One is in the morning, one is in the afternoon, depends on our time zone, and also to cover as much as students as possible from all over the world. So in the live session, I meet some people the other end of the world entirely, and we talk about those things in the live session. So it's quite a fantastic experience, and also it's a totally different experience. Really good. This Canvas is that on top of the live session, the Canvas also provide additional and deeper insight about the topic. So for example, let's say we talk about management accounting. That's currently I'm learning, and also I can apply what I learn in my daily professional work immediately. So for example, let's say we talk about financial planning and so on and so forth. This is what I learned from the Coursera, and then in our live session, with professor will provide deeper understanding with some real scenarios, so that we can understand in a different way, and also we can hear from other people in the live session, the breakout room. And then I think that's pretty much about the lab structure. For the office hour, this is another opportunity that's provided us to connect with the professor to further clarify the doubts or ask questions. And we can do, like, say, if I am not clear about this topic, we want to further clarify, or we have additional question on top of what we learned, that also can be checked with the professor for those deep understanding. So for example, I take merge and acquisition accounting, one of the course, and then we do have some case study, and then I have some further question about related to my own job, because I was in a merge and acquisition project. It's very related to that course. That's why I say for this program, it's really I learn what I can apply what I learned immediate to my professional work. And besides that, for the other, okay, for the other opportunity is discussion board. It's okay. We can move on to the next one. It's about ROI. Like we mentioned, ROI to me is like real time, immediately. I can say if I learn today, I can apply to my next day work life. That happened to when I learned the 502, 503, and those are financial accounting and other things. So immediately, I think that also promotes my conversation and win the client trust immediately. That is convincing the client that I understand your business. I not only understand my business, but I also understand your business. So I can properly translate your things into my terminology, something like that. Thank you, Kate.
Thanks, Jan. Okay, we are going to turn it over. I know we've got plenty of time left. Karina Baez is going to be our final ambassador, and then please think of any questions that you guys have. We're really lucky to have all of them here to give you their perspective. Karina is going to talk about live classes, some group projects, and tell you a little bit more about like what assignments and the grading process and how that works. Karina?
Yes, thank you, Kate. So my background is in chemistry. I went to Florida International University in Miami, and in my current role, I focus on R&D, product development in the consumer cleaning space for household products, and we focus on eco-responsibility. I would say that the IMBA, the best thing that it's done for me is that it's allowed me to make in my role data-driven decisions and lead with more intention from everything that I've learned in either a statistics course or a leadership course. I get to use it and apply it every day, and I've been able to build a really strong team, and I think I owe that to all the learnings in the program. Currently, my focus areas in the program are entrepreneurship and strategic innovation and global challenges in business. So the reason that I applied to the program was as I continued my career as a chemist, I continued to gain more responsibility and the opportunity to lead others. And I discovered that I had a passion for helping other people reach their career aspirations and just overall like supporting the people that were reporting into me. And I didn't have a strong business acumen to be able to do this for people in my team or connect with other parts of the organization that I happen to be in to really get people to work together and bring execute projects successfully. So I found that the MBA would be able to help me with this. And I also have C-suite aspirations. So this would definitely be something that is going to help me in that path and hopefully achieving that goal. And I would also like to pursue a board seat in a nonprofit in the future, in the longer term future after the MBA, and continue working in product development in some shape or form. And I believe that I could not have had those goals without the program, and I'm just thankful to be here. So one of my favorite things about the program and things that I really enjoy are the live classes and the breakout sessions. I think the live classes are an amazing opportunity to interact with world-class faculty and directly ask questions that we may have on either the Canvas material or the Coursera component. And it just I think it's very unique to this program versus other online programs out there, bringing everything to life and connecting you with many different students on a global basis. And that's been great because being like US based and having always lived in the US and not having traveled extensively, I get to interact with folks in other parts of the world that have other perspectives and are experiencing different things. For example, in money and banking, we were talking about like real estate and different real estate bubbles in different parts of the world. And there were people in like China and Australia that were part of like some breakout sessions that I was in, and they were able to offer like firsthand experience on what material we were talking about in class. So that was really neat to get that firsthand knowledge from other folks that have lived what we were talking about. And professors always share unique insights that are not on the Coursera or the Canvas components in the live session, and the case studies that go along with some classes in the live session. For example, I just recently took money and banking, and that class had a live case study that was not anything found in Coursera or Canvas, but like something that was like a real life application of the material on both of those platforms, and that was discussed in the class. So it was a unique opportunity to ask questions about that, like real life applicable material. On assignments and grading, I found that there is a really quick turnaround, and the feedback that you receive from the graders is really valuable and helps you if there's a need for either improvement on a specific area. The feedback given is really clear on what was missing or what you did really well. So it enables you to always use that feedback to improve, which I think is great. And the turnaround is, like I said, pretty quick. Within a week, you know what your grade is. And if you have any questions, there's an iSupport component to the program, and you can communicate to iSupport, and the turnaround is like literally within minutes if you have a question about a grade, and like right away there's someone there to help you and support you with whatever the issue is. The group projects I've really enjoyed. I've done 2 capstones over the last year, and they were an opportunity to forge like deeper connections with the students that were doing the capstone, the students in your group, as well as team assignments. In every class, for pretty much there's a team or a group assignment that works on team assignments. And it's another opportunity to connect on a deeper level with classmates and people around the world that you may not always get an opportunity to meet in the live session or in the breakout sessions within the live session. So yeah, so I think connections that you make in the program and the networking opportunities are really infinite. And as Brittany mentioned earlier, there's iConverge, which is a huge networking opportunity that happens every year. And alumni are invited to attend as well. So I'm looking forward to even attending those post-graduation.
Karina, there's a question. What percentage of courses are live for the IMBA program? So how often do you have those live sessions?
So typically for me, it's been mostly Wednesdays and Thursday evenings that I attend, but there are 3 options usually. So there's a morning option and then like an early afternoon and an early evening session. So there's 3 opportunities over, and I've been taking 2 classes every term. That's why I say Wednesdays and Thursdays. But if you're taking 1 class, that would be either Wednesday or Thursday. And then I think I had 1 class my first term where the classes were on Friday mornings and Friday afternoons. So there's plenty of opportunity to get that in your schedule as you see fit.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. In terms of ROI, so I have had 2 promotions since I joined the IMBA program. And I think, as I mentioned before, the reason is that I am able to make more data-driven decisions. As part of my role in R&D, I'm responsible to substantiate the claims that we make about products. So, you know, what we say about the product has to be scientifically proven, if you will. And I would not have been able to do that without the knowledge of statistics. And then pushing my employer to give me further training on things specific to my industry. But I would have never known this part was missing in my toolbox, if you will, had I not had the academic training. I think it allows me to, because I am making more data-driven decisions, to have the confidence to lead with intention and leverage those opportunities that arise for leadership as they come up. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That's great. Thank you so much to all of you. That was excellent information. We have some questions that are coming in. Just one I wanted to briefly ask. For the IMSM, it says, but we can talk about all of the different, I mean, any typical course, I think. What percentage is on Coursera and Canvas? We don't like to put a percentage on it, but like, I think there is a little bit of a difference between the IMSA and the IMBA courses. Can you guys just talk a little bit about kind of the amount of each in each course? Brittany, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. So with the IMBA, we have live lectures each week. It's more so for about a little over an hour. And then with Coursera, it takes depending on the class, maybe like 2 to 4 hours in videos and peer reviews and really kind of doing the readings and everything. So it's a little bit more Coursera heavy with the videos and everything, but the live lectures definitely are more, engaging, and you get to meet different people from all over the globe.
Jan, do you agree, or is the IMSA a little bit different?
From IMSA perspective, I think it depends on the course. When we talk about that, I will recall what I did before. So Coursera depends on some of the Coursera video is pretty long, and then we have a relatively light in the live session. Then we just reinforce those knowledge and put into practice. Well, some of the course Coursera was okay, it's average, but we have a lot of discussion in the Canvas. It depends on the course, I would probably say. Okay.
Okay, I agree. One other great question, and I'm just going to ask this now so that we can make sure we cover it. This person asked, do the IMBA, or I could say IMSA, students feel that you can't forge deep connections with the cohort as compared to a face-to-face program? So online space versus face-to-face. How do you create those relationships? Go ahead, Karina.
Thank you. I think so. I work for a remote company, so I'm used to meeting folks like on video all the time, and not having like a lot of face-to-face opportunities with like people on a daily basis that I have deep connections with. But there are opportunities for face-to-face interaction. I think someone mentioned earlier, there are a lot of city meetups that go on. There's iConverge. I've even had some folks that I've met like become Facebook friends. There are coffee chats on Workspace, and you're able to like make a deeper one-on-one connection with folks. There's a program within the coffee chat space where you like put your availability and you can meet one-on-one with different folks. So for half an hour, that's an opportunity to go like beyond the classroom, I would say, and your academic endeavors, and connect on a more personal level with someone else in the program, and talk about just about anything that comes up. And so I would say that not necessarily so is face-to-face better.
I also want to quickly add with the different breakout sessions and even going to iConverge, because I was admitted in August and iConverge was in September, right? So it wasn't much time, but I ended up doing it and going just because I wanted to meet new people and everything, and build, better relationships. And from the people that I met, we kind of formed a mini cohort group. So they are kind of, all of our strength, comes together if we need additional support or kind of want to brainstorm about different like industry topics, and we're all from different industries. So that was really great, to kind of be a part of. So there's those opportunities as well.
I remember meeting you, Brittany, there when you first came. Go ahead, Jan.
Yeah, okay. So from my end, I think so far I haven't missed anyone in person. One thing is really, really busy, and the other thing is when we have a like live session, we normally turn on the video, and then we have a group assignment, and also we connect together. The other thing is we just for some member we stay connected. We have like each other's phone and then phone number, and then we just call and then chat and so on and so forth. It's not necessary to meet in person, but the connection is still there. Another way to connect. Yeah,
that's great. Someone's asking where your location is.
I'm in Canada.
Canada. Okay. Check out the chat. Somebody knows you. Okay, one other question before we wrap up. I think oftentimes, I know when we're interviewing people, we get questions about, what can I do to prepare for this program? And I just wanted to ask the three of you, just looking back at yourself when you were applying to the program and getting ready to start, what advice would you give yourself back then on how to prepare, or just general advice before trying to apply to the program?
Oh, I could start, I guess. For me, I would just say be yourself. I know that sounds, simple and everything, but everybody who's in our program is very, ambitious, and we all want to help each other, and everybody has something different that they bring to the table, and that's what makes Gies so unique. So just, really be yourself, and, relax, and it'll be good.
Great advice. Anyone else want to share, Karina?
Yeah, thank you. I just would say that to really leverage those resources that are provided by the university, such as the ambassadors, I connected with one during my application process, and they were so nice and kind through the entire process, walked me through everything. And then the other thing is just to have a clear idea of like what your goals are and what you're willing to commit during the program, during the duration of the program, because life will be a little different. But I think if you have a clear goal and you know that this is going to help you achieve that, then it's going to be okay.
That's
Yeah.
good motivation, right? Okay, so I am going to just jump real briefly back to our presentation. I think that was all such great information. I want to make sure that everybody who is kind of looking at the application process, that you have the information, you know what is needed. And so these are our application requirements that should be up on your screen right now. I'm not going to get real deep into any of these. Resume, keep it simple. We do require a bachelor's degree for our taking a non-degree course, as well as graduate certificates and the iDegree, the master's programs. For your application, you just need the unofficial transcripts. We'll deal with official transcripts once you're admitted. There is a personal statement requirement, and the prompt is within the application. My advice there is just let yourself shine. We want to get to know you a little bit and see a little bit more about what your goals are and why this program is right for you. If you're an international student, we do require an English proficiency test. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to us at Gies Online because we can help you navigate that process. 2 letters of recommendation are required for the master's degree programs. And then no GRE or GMAT, that is not required at this time or probably ever moving forward. And then we do have a couple scholarship opportunities. One is for the Coursera scholarship, which is offered for all 3 master's degrees that reimburses 70% of the tuition. That is going to be need and diversity based and focused on making our programs more accessible. And also it's really in alignment with our goals of impacting our global community of students. And then we do have an IMBA Forte scholarship for just females that awards $20K and is looking for women with exemplary leadership, diverse backgrounds, and those that also have demonstrated a commitment to advancing women in business. So a couple good scholarship opportunities. And then lastly, on your slide, we do have 2 prerequisites for the IMSA application, a business management course as well as a financial accounting course that you have taken. And there'll be a form that you fill out that you also submit with that application. Once you submit your application, it really takes us 1 to 2 weeks to review your materials. We'll reach out at that point with either a decision, a missing materials email, like maybe you're missing part of your transcripts or something, or we'll invite you to interview. All of our students that are admitted do interview for the program. And so once you interview, give us another week or so to turn that around and get a decision to you. So the whole process should not take too long. We really try to move you through pretty fast because it's a big decision and we want you to have that information so you can continue on with your goals. And then this last slide is just our next deadlines that are coming up. We have this new deadline for summer, so we will have a summer intake if you apply by April 6th. So that is coming up pretty quickly. We have grad certs that start in the summer. We have IMSM courses, IMBA courses, as well as non-accounting electives for the IMSA program. So these are the benefits if you apply early for fall as well. That next deadline for fall will be May 4th. And if you apply by the May 4th priority 1 deadline, you'll have no application fee. You can apply to those scholarships as well. This final scholarship deadline will be June 1st. So you do want to make sure you apply early if you're interested in a scholarship. So that is really, I know we provided a lot of information. I hope you learned something about our programs. I'm going to check and see if there's any last minute questions. Amy, is there anything that we missed? Looks like we have most
Sorry,
of
I was on mute. No, I don't think so. We talked about scholarships. Oh, just one question. Someone asked about textbook. Did any of you have to acquire any reading materials, articles, things like that, aside from the Coursera materials, or was Coursera kind of the extent of the textbook for your courses so far?
Maybe I will answer that question from an MSA perspective, Amy and Kate. So for not all MSA course, we need to purchase their textbook or additional material, but we do have some course we need to buy the purchase the textbook. Excuse me, to purchase the textbook, which enable us to understand those things, but not every. I think so far is like 3 courses, I think so far. Yeah, and some case from Harvard Business University. Yeah, to do case study.
Thanks, Jan. There's one question that just popped up, and we can take this real quick. For Coursera Early Access, can they navigate the Coursera component earlier than scheduled? Can you access that before your course starts? And also, how did you kind of work, where do you plan the Coursera component into your studies?
I can answer that as well, Kate. From Coursera perspective, it depends on the course. Some course we can just go ahead, and as long as the course is available and you register for that course, and then we can just go ahead to start learning for the Coursera part, and then which also give us some flexibility. We don't have to intense ourselves, and then later on we are very busy. We have to do the Coursera and the Canvas both at the same time. So some Coursera course we can access earlier. Prior to the course start, and then we finish that, and when we move on to the when we move on to key components, we can just focus on the Canvas, that part. Yeah.
Anybody else want to share how they like to do it? I know there's a lot of different philosophies. I've talked to a lot of students, and everybody kind of does it differently.
Yeah, I can chime in. So working ahead in Coursera is always nice. And if you know what classes you're taking, if you have some time like the prior term, you can do the Coursera component ahead of time. And then typically 1 week prior to the start of classes, you have official access to that Coursera component on your Canvas platform that you can access. But having the Coursera access, you can access any course you're taking, and it will still count. The Coursera completion will count for that class once the class begins. So it's if there's time, I think it's always a good idea to work a little bit ahead, because as Jan said, it will allow you to focus on the Canvas portion better.
That's what that's the most common theme I think that I've heard. So so yeah, well, thank you so much. It looks like we wrapped up all of the Q&A and the chat. I'm so thankful that you all joined us this evening. Thank you, Amy, for handling the Q&A and the chat. There were some really great questions tonight. Jan, Brittany, and Karina, thank you for being here. I know you are all very busy. We really appreciate your time and sharing your experience and being part of the ambassador program. I know, Karina, you mentioned that earlier, but that is one of my favorite parts about the program, because I really get to know a lot of the students, and they're always so excited to give back and speak with prospective students. So if you do have questions to our guests today and you want to be connected with a student ambassador, just reach out to us and we're happy to connect you with somebody who has a similar background to you, or just in general, somebody in that particular program. It's a great way to learn more about the real experience in the program. So I'm sorry we went a little over today. I hope everybody enjoyed this, and thanks for being here, and let us know if you have any questions. Have a good night.